To get started with inbox rules, when you've logged into the account, if you click on the inbox icon in the top left hand corner, you'll see a tab that's entitled Inbox Rules. Clicking on this tab will open up the Inbox Rules function. The Inbox Rules allow you to control what happens to the text message when it comes into your account. So to see the different options, if you click on New Rule, this will open up the rule page and allow you to create an inbox rule. To start with, at the top there's the inbox rule name. You can name it whatever you want it to be. This is just a reference for your own records. So for this one, I'm going to name it Test. Next to the title box, there's the active and inactive drop-down menu, which will determine whether the inbox rule is actually active and working. So if I want it to work, I'll just select active. Underneath the rule name, there's the message filters option. If I click on add filter, then this will allow me to filter the text message according to its various components. So it could be filtered according to the text, it could be filtered according to from, so messages filtered from a particular number, or it could be filtered according to the time the message was received. If I'm setting up a regular keyword, then the message component will be text. Now under text you can see there are various conditions. That it can be a text containing that particular word, a text that starts with that particular word, or alternatively a text that contains profanity. Once again, if I'm just going to set up a regular keyword, I would select the condition starts with. And once that's all sorted, I can type in whatever value I want that text to start with. So for this message, I'm going to have it starting with the value test1. If I click on save, you'll see under message filters there's the confirmation that it's filtering the message, it's filtering the text, and the condition is that it starts with the word test1. Once you've filtered the message, you've got three options for different actions that can happen to the message once it's come in. There's the forwarding actions, the address book actions, or the auto response action. So if I click on the forwarding action, this will bring up all the options for where the message will get forwarded to once it's come into the system. So underneath the drop-down menu next to forwarding action, you'll see that you're able to forward the message to a user's email address, you're able to forward it to a specific group or contact, or you can forward it to the txttools user's phone or to the txttools inbox. For a regular text message, the most popular options are forward to the txttools inbox, which is forward to user's inbox at the bottom, and forward to user's email, which many users find very useful. So for this message, I'm going to forward it to the user's txttool inbox, and then under the username, it'll give me a list of all of the usernames underneath that particular account. So for this one, as you can see, there is only one username, so I'm going to select the user test. Once I'm happy with my action, if I click on save, it will then save that forwarding action to my inbox rule. And as you can see, under forwarding action, it's then appeared forward to user's inbox, and the value, that's the username test. If I wanted to forward it to email as well, I could add another forwarding action. I would just click on add forwarding action again, and then select forward to user's email, and then I could add it to, I could have it forwarded to another email address. Underneath the forwarding actions, you've got the address book actions. So if I click on add address book action, this will tell you what the application can do with the message details. So underneath address book action, you can remove the contact to a group or add a contact to a group. You can update the contact's address by postcode and house number. you're able to create the contact with those details, so a first name and a last name, for example, and you're able to remove the contact from your address book with that particular phone number. So the one I'm going to select here is create contact with details. This would mean that when the user texted in, they could text in the keyword and then their first name and their last name, and the application would automatically create the contact with that first name and that last name in the user's address book. And then once again here on the right hand side, I can select the address book that I want to create it into, and this one, the username once again is test for this test account. I would then save the message, save the action, and that would then activate that action on this particular inbox rule. Underneath address book actions, you've got the auto response actions. This specifies an automatic response that the application will automatically send out when a message is texted in that satisfies the message filters at the top. So any message starting with text 1, you could have it then generate an auto response back to that sender's phone. If I want to set up an auto response action, I would just click on the button next to automatically respond, and then in the box I can type exactly what I want that auto response to say. Once I'm happy with all of the filters actions that are added on this inbox rule, I would simply click on the Save button in the bottom left hand corner, and as you can see, that test rule has then appeared and it's active, so any messages that satisfy the criteria would activate the actions that you've specified.